happy Saturday, you guys. Hope everybody's having a great weekend, great long Thanksgiving weekend. We're kind of getting back to normal now, so hope everybody enjoyed the video yesterday, the newsletter, where I did the surfacing on that board. I'm going to be doing, and I'll get to this at the end. I have a question for you guys. So let's just get into the question of the day. And let me take a sip there. All right, from Mike Caruso, one of my Canadian friends, of which I have many. He asks, what are the risks I'm facing when carving with 12 to 13% moisture in my boards? And for those of you new people, in case you don't know, if you go back and watch a lot of the videos, you'll notice that I really like my boards somewhere around 6 to 8% before I start making signs out of them. There's several different things that could happen. Number one, if the board is too moist, got too much moisture in it, down in the groove when you're routing, you may get burrs and fuzziness down in the bottom of the groove, which makes it kind of tough to get out. Once the sign is all done, you got to brush it real hard, and it's tough to get all that stuff out. Second is at the surface of the board, where the bit goes through and you've got the surface of the board, you may get a burr there, and that can cause problems with your router base not sliding smooth on your board, so that could be an issue for you. When you're sanding, after you've done your spraying, all your routing, and then you spray it and then sand it off, you might get the sawdust might get kind of clumpy on you and load up on the belt, so that becomes an issue. You might get, if you start, as the board tries to dry out, let's say it's at 12%, and the board has still got moisture that needs to come out of it. Several things that can happen at that point is you might start to get some cracking or some splitting because the board is trying to release that moisture. And you'd rather have all of the splitting and cracking already taken care of before you ever start making a sign. I've had many signs, especially back in the old days when I used nothing but redwood, and it was in the summertime. If there was too much moisture in the board, even sometimes when the moisture was low in the board, around 6 or 8%, if I let it set out in the sun before I get a finish on it and seal it up, the sun would split it open. So you want all of that done so you can trim it all off so you don't end up with an hour's worth of work into your sign. Where are we at 3 minutes?
Almost.
Okay. You end up getting your sign all done, and then because the moisture is still trying to release, you might get a split or a crack. You don't want that. And then the last thing is that once you get the board carved, sand it, and let's say you're all done with it and you're still at 12 or 14%, something like that, you put a finish on it, that moisture is still trying to escape, and if you've got a finish on it, then it goes through the finish or tries to get out of the finish after it's all sealed up, and it'll cause your finish to go bad too fast. And also some cupping and warping and that kind of stuff. So and try and get your boards down to 6 or 8% if you possibly can. I know a lot of you guys live in a very cold climate, and that is really hard to do. So you might want to, like I've talked about before, use an old refrigerator, put a little light in there, a little incandescent light, and kind of make a warming box out of it. Keep your boards nice and dry until you make a sign out of them, and then get that finish on before it sucks up moisture. All right. So hope that helps. Sign carver of the day, Kevin Kiernan. I think that's spelled. I'm pronouncing that right, Kiernan. This guy's only been routing for 4 months. Unbelievable what he's doing. Just really beautiful signs. To have all that artwork and those kind of signs for somebody that's just started is really amazing. And I know he's not the only one. There's lots of you out there that when you first start, you're making really, really cool signs. So that's it for today. Question of the day for you guys. A while back, gosh, I'll find the number of the video that I did. This has been several years ago, where I did a time lapse, and that's the only one I ever did. Well, I've gotten a lot of requests and positive comments, but I want to ask you guys, Be quiet, boys. We're almost done. Jackson and Xander are sitting beside. They're our audience today, our extended audience. Anyway, I want to do another time lapse. I think I found a way that I can do it. Do you guys, because I've got a couple big signs, like the one I surfaced yesterday on the newsletter, I'm going to make that into a shaped sign, and then I've got a 4-foot or a 1 foot by 4 foot. And I'm thinking about carving the whole thing on time lapse so that it doesn't take 2 hours, it'll be condensed down. Is that something you guys would like to see, or would you rather see it, you know, a real time, you know, and be a super long, or 3 or 4 videos? Or would you rather see a condensed version in a time lapse format? Okay, let us know. Keep those questions coming, guys. Don't let me run out of questions. Keep them coming. I'm waiting for your questions. So everybody have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe, and please share our videos. And we will see you, today's Saturday, Monday morning on Coffee and Questions. See how that question turns out. Talk to you later, guys. Have a great day. See ya. Bye.